The doctor's words hit David like a freight train. Your son needs you, but at your current health trajectory, you won't be around to see him graduate high school. David was 38 years old, 287 pounds, pre-diabetic. His knees hurt when he walked upstairs. He got winded playing with his 6-year-old son. And now, sitting in that sterile office, he realized something that terrified him. He wasn't just out of shape. He was weak. Not just physically weak, mentally weak, emotionally weak. He'd become weak in ways he didn't even realize were possible. He'd let himself become a man who made excuses, who chose comfort over growth, who'd forgotten what it meant to be strong. That night, he stood in front of the bathroom mirror and asked himself a question that would change everything. When did I become so soft? He couldn't pinpoint the exact moment. It wasn't one decision. It was 1,000 small compromises, 1,000 times choosing the easy path, 1,000 moments where he chose weakness over strength without even realizing it. If you've ever felt like David, if you've ever looked at yourself and wondered when you became so weak, this video is going to show you exactly what needs to change. Not surface-level changes, not temporary motivation. The fundamental shifts that transform a weak man into a strong one. Because here's the truth. Strength isn't just built in the gym. Real strength is built in the mind, in your daily choices, in who you become when no one's watching. And today, I'm going to show you the 5 things you must change to become truly strong. Welcome to Strong Male Figure, where we build men who don't just talk about strength, they embody it. If you're ready to stop being soft, stop making excuses, and start becoming the man you're capable of being, you're in exactly the right place. Hit that subscribe button right now. We're creating a community of men who refuse to accept mediocrity, who understand that strength is earned through sacrifice, discipline, and relentless self-improvement. This video is going to challenge every comfortable belief you have about yourself. It's going to expose the lies you've been telling yourself about why you're not stronger. And it's going to give you the exact roadmap to build real, unshakable strength in every area of your life. The first thing you need to change is your relationship with discomfort. And this is where most men fail before they even start. David realized something on that bathroom floor. He'd spent years avoiding discomfort. Cold morning? Hit snooze. Healthy food or fast food? Fast food's easier. Difficult conversation with his wife? Avoid it. Workout or Netflix? Netflix doesn't make you sweat. Every single day, he was choosing comfort, and every single day, he was becoming weaker. Here's what weak men don't understand. Comfort is the enemy of strength. Every time you choose comfort, you're choosing to stay weak. Every time you avoid discomfort, you're training yourself to be soft. Strong men have a completely different relationship with discomfort. They don't avoid it, they seek it out. They understand that discomfort is where growth lives. Pain is where strength is forged. Think about it. Your muscles don't grow when you're comfortable. They grow when they're under stress, when they're being broken down and forced to rebuild stronger. The same principle applies to every area of your life. Your mental strength grows when you do things that scare you. Your emotional strength grows when you face difficult feelings instead of numbing them. Your character grows when you do the right thing, even when it's hard. Weak men ask, how can I make this easier? Strong men ask, how can I use this challenge to become stronger? Starting today, you need to change your relationship with discomfort. Stop seeing it as something to avoid. Start seeing it as the price of admission to strength. Take a cold shower tomorrow morning, not because it's fun, because it's uncomfortable. And in that moment of discomfort, you're building strength. You're proving to yourself that you can do hard things. When you want to hit snooze, get up. When you want to skip the gym, go. When you want to avoid a difficult conversation, have it. When you want to quit, push through. Every single time you choose discomfort over comfort, you're not just completing a task, you're becoming a stronger man. You're rewiring your brain to embrace challenge instead of avoiding it. The second thing you need to change is your standards. And this one's going to sting, because most men don't even realize how low their standards have become. David had convinced himself he was doing fine. Sure, he was overweight, but most guys his age are. Sure, he was tired all the time, but that's just getting older. Sure, he wasn't the husband or father he wanted to be, but he was doing his best. These are the lies weak men tell themselves to justify mediocrity. They lower their standards to match their current reality, instead of raising their reality to match their potential. Let me ask you something. What are you tolerating in your life that a strong man wouldn't tolerate? Are you tolerating a body you're ashamed of? Are you tolerating a marriage that's barely functioning? Are you tolerating a career that's going nowhere? Are you tolerating friends who drag you down? Are you tolerating your own lack of discipline? Weak men tolerate. Strong men demand excellence from themselves. Here's the shift. Strong men don't set standards based on what's comfortable or what everyone else is doing. They set standards based on what they're capable of becoming. David made a decision that day. No more comparing himself to other out-of-shape guys his age. No more good enough. No more justifying mediocrity with excuses. He decided that his standard was this: I will become the strongest version of myself. Period. Not I'll try to lose some weight. Not I'll work on it when I have time. But I will do whatever it takes to become strong, and I will not accept anything less. Your standards determine your life. Low standards equal a weak life. High standards equal a strong life. It's that simple. So what are your standards? Write them down. Not what you think you should want, not what sounds good. What are your actual, non-negotiable standards? For your body? For your relationships? For your work? For your character? For how you spend your time? And here's the key. Your standards must be higher than your current reality. If your standards match what you're currently doing, you're not setting standards. You're just justifying where you already are. Raise your standards today. Decide what you will no longer tolerate. Decide what you will demand from yourself. And then start living like you mean it. The third thing you need to change is how you respond to failure. This is the difference between men who get stronger and men who stay weak forever. 3 weeks into his transformation, David slipped. He had a stressful day at work, stopped at McDonald's, ate like garbage, skipped his workout, and went to bed feeling like a failure. Old David would have said, "See, I knew I couldn't do this. I'm just not that guy. I'll try again next month." And he would have quit. Again. But David had changed something fundamental: his response to failure. Weak men see failure as evidence that they're not capable. Strong men see failure as data, as feedback, as part of the process. Weak men quit when they fail. Strong men recommit when they fail. Here's what strong men understand. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every strong man you admire has failed more times than you've even tried. The difference is, they didn't let failure define them. They let it refine them. When David woke up the morning after that McDonald's binge, he didn't spiral. He didn't throw away weeks of progress because of one bad day. He got up, went to the gym, ate clean, and kept moving forward. That response, that single moment of not quitting, made him stronger than any workout ever could. Because real strength isn't about never falling. It's about what you do after you fall. Do you stay down, or do you get back up? Weak men need perfect conditions to succeed. Strong men succeed despite imperfect conditions. Weak men quit after one setback. Strong men use setbacks as fuel. Weak men blame circumstances. Strong men take responsibility and keep pushing. Starting today, you need to change your relationship with failure. Stop seeing it as a sign you should quit. Start seeing it as proof you're pushing your limits. The next time you fail, not if, but when, ask yourself one question. What's the strongest response I could have right now? Then do that. Failed your diet today? The strongest response is to eat perfectly tomorrow. Skipped your workout? The strongest response is to show up twice as hard next time. Said something you regret? The strongest response is to apologize and be better. Every failure is an opportunity to prove you're becoming stronger. Don't waste it by quitting. The fourth thing you need to change is what you're feeding your mind, and most men are poisoning themselves every single day without realizing it. David started tracking something unusual. He tracked what he consumed mentally the same way he tracked calories, and he was shocked by what he discovered. Every morning, scrolling social media for 30 minutes, looking at highlight reels of other people's lives, feeling inadequate. Every evening, Netflix shows about dysfunctional people, news channels feeding him fear and outrage, video game sessions that left him feeling empty. He was feeding his mind junk food. And just like junk food makes your body weak, mental junk food makes your mind weak. What are you consuming? What are you watching? Who are you listening to? What content are you absorbing? Are you filling your mind with content that makes you stronger, or content that makes you weaker? Weak men consume entertainment that numbs them. Strong men consume content that sharpens them. Weak men scroll mindlessly. Strong men read intentionally. Weak men watch other people succeed. Strong men study how to succeed. Here's the brutal truth. You become what you consume. If you're consuming weak content, you're becoming a weak man. Think about what you consumed today. Did it make you stronger? Did it educate you, inspire you, challenge you? Or did it just distract you from the fact that you're not where you want to be? David made a radical change. He deleted social media from his phone, cut his Netflix time by 80%. Started his day reading books from strong men who'd accomplished what he wanted to accomplish. Listened to podcasts about discipline, strength, and growth during his commute. Within weeks, his mindset completely shifted. Not because he was trying harder, because he was feeding his mind different food. Your mental diet matters just as much as your physical diet. Maybe more. Audit what you consumed this week. Be honest. How much of it made you stronger? How much of it made you weaker? How much was just mental junk food that left you feeling empty? Then make a decision. What are you cutting out? What are you adding in? Cut the content that weakens you. Add content that strengthens you. Read books by strong men. Listen to podcasts about discipline and growth. Surround yourself with ideas that challenge you to be better. Feed your mind the way a strong man should, because a weak mind will never build a strong life. The fifth and final thing you need to change is establishing daily non-negotiables. This is where strength becomes automatic. 6 months into his transformation, David's wife noticed something. "You don't even think about it anymore. You just do it." She was right. Working out wasn't a decision anymore. Eating clean wasn't a battle. Getting up early wasn't a struggle. He'd established non-negotiables, and they'd become part of his identity. Weak men operate on motivation and feelings. "I'll do it when I feel like it." Strong men operate on non-negotiables. "I do it whether I feel like it or not." Non-negotiables are the daily actions that build strength, regardless of circumstances, emotions, or excuses. David's non-negotiables were simple. Wake up at 5:30 a.m., no exceptions. Work out for 45 minutes, no matter what. Eat within his nutrition plan, period. Read for 30 minutes before bed. End the first hour after waking. These weren't goals. Goals can be negotiated, rescheduled, started Monday. Non-negotiables are done, period. Rain or shine, tired or energized, motivated or not, busy or not. These things happened every single day. And here's what happened. Each day he honored his non-negotiables. He proved to himself that he was a strong man. Not becoming strong, not trying to be strong. He was strong. Because strong men do what they say they're going to do. Weak men do what they feel like doing. Your non-negotiables are the foundation of your strength. They're the daily proof that you're not who you used to be. So what are your non-negotiables? Not what you'd like to do, not what you'll try to do. What are you committing to doing every single day, no matter what? Pick 3 to 5. Make them specific. Make them daily. Make them non-negotiable. Maybe it's working out 5 days a week, no excuses, no alcohol on weekdays, in bed by 10 p.m., cold shower every morning, no social media before noon. Whatever they are, they need to be things that build strength, physical strength, mental strength, emotional strength, character. And then you do them every day. No negotiations, no excuses, no just this once. Because every time you honor a non-negotiable, you're building strength. Every time you break one, you're building weakness. It's that simple and that difficult. 18 months after that doctor's appointment, David stepped on the scale, 197 pounds. He'd lost 90 pounds, but that wasn't the real transformation. The real transformation was that he'd become a different man, not just a thinner version of who he was, a fundamentally different person. He embraced discomfort instead of avoiding it. He raised his standards and refused to lower them. He responded to failure by getting stronger, not by quitting. He fed his mind content that built him up, instead of content that dumbed him down. And he established non-negotiables that he honored no matter what. His son asked him to play outside last weekend. They ran, they wrestled, they played for 2 hours. And David wasn't winded. He wasn't in pain. He was strong. His wife looked at him, really looked at him, and said, "I've got my husband back." But the most powerful moment came when David looked at himself in the mirror, not with shame, not with disappointment, with pride. Because he'd done what weak men don't do. He'd changed. Not his circumstances, not his genetics, not his situation, himself. He'd become strong. And here's what he learned. Strength isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. One uncomfortable choice at a time. One high standard at a time. One failure you refuse to quit after. One piece of quality content you consume. One non-negotiable you honor. Day after day after day. Until one day, you wake up and realize you're not trying to be strong anymore. You are strong. So here's your challenge. For the next 30 days, I want you to implement all 5 of these changes simultaneously. Week 1. Choose one uncomfortable thing to do every single day. Cold showers, extra reps, a difficult conversation, something that makes you want to quit. Week 2. Write down your standards. What will you no longer tolerate? What will you demand from yourself? Make them non-negotiable. Week 3. The next time you fail at something, and you will, respond like a strong man. Don't quit, don't spiral, recommit and keep moving. Week 4. Audit your mental diet. Delete the apps that weaken you. Add the books and content that strengthen you. Protect your mind. And starting day 1, establish 3 non-negotiables. Write them down. Do them every single day for 30 days. No exceptions. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's your first non-negotiable going to be? Let's build this brotherhood of strong men together. 2 years after that doctor's appointment, David went back for a checkup. His doctor reviewed his blood work, checked his vitals, and said, "Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You've added years to your life." David smiled and thought, "I didn't add years to my life. I added life to my years." Because that's what real strength does. It doesn't just help you live longer, it helps you actually live. Remember, weakness is a choice. Strength is a choice. Every single day, you're choosing one or the other. Choose strength. Choose discomfort over comfort. Choose high standards over mediocrity. Choose to get back up when you fall. Choose to feed your mind quality content. Choose to honor your non-negotiables. Choose to become the strong man you're capable of being. If this video challenged you, hit that subscribe button. Share it with a man who needs to hear it. We're building something powerful here. A community of men who refuse to be weak. Next video, we're diving into the habits that separate strong men from everyone else. You don't want to miss it. Until then, remember, you're not trying to become strong. You are strong. Now prove it.